What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Well, I almost said Monday. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, Boy, long weekend, news over the weekend. How's everyone doing? Check in with us this morning. Jump in the chat, say hello. Don't be scared. We're a family here. Let me get some music going down here. And boom, get some little background music. All right. Perfect. And here we are. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a very interesting day. I am sitting here looking at kind of the bigger picture scenario of what has gone on. Let me jump to this chart here. Let me make it bigger for you guys. Let's wrong button. Boom. There. Let's do this. All right. Turn off some of this stuff. We'll get how's that right there? Okay. Perfect. So here's the interesting piece here. Friday, gap down, grind higher, and then dump a little bit into the close, but basically hold in there. Sunday night, going into the open, I was looking to get short in the same area, this back test right here, short here, and got ran over immediately, but jumped on the long side because we had a Trump tweet, which I thought was very, it was very timely. We got the Trump tweet or statement he made. I don't know if it was a tweet. I guess it was a statement. Either way, so Trump coming out and saying, hey, the EU, we're going to give them till July 9th, a little bit of an extension there. So that to me was like, okay, he's willing to work with the EU. The EU is one of the big tariff deals going on that we need, ongoing deliberations. So for me, I looked at that and said, okay, this is probably going to pump the market, especially on a Sunday, holiday, next day type of thing. So I just got in on the long side, ended up getting out somewhere up in this area and calling it a night. And then yesterday, I didn't do a whole lot. It was, I don't know, wasn't super interested. I got a little scalp in was all I did yesterday, but that's kind of where we're at going into today. Now, the higher time frame is still a little bit bearish, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here. 1 second. I've got to change one setting. I'll be right back. All right. Look, disconnected cable there. All right. Let's see. Pulling back here pretty aggressively. Let's see, where are we at? I would love to come back to previous day's high if we get any lower than this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what this looks like. What's up, chat? Good morning. Where's everyone at? Everybody's still slow to wake up. I've been up early this morning. We had our future space, and here we are. This gap is big enough that I don't know if it fills, but the previous day high, what's our outside day? Bullish outside day, 60% of the time reverses back down. I want to check QQQ stats on that same thing. How about 50-50? So not a huge one there. I wonder how that plays after a holiday. What does that mean? That means coming back to this previous day's high, which isn't the full gap fill. The gap fill is going to be down here lower, but coming back to this previous day high right here, there's the gap fill down there. But coming back to the previous day high, that's an interesting one to look at. SPY, well, it's 585. If it gets lost, this 585 is a big spot. All right, what do we got here? It's kind of slow. And we had a nice little dump there. I haven't taken any trades. Last night, I was stuck in traffic, basically, at the open. I really, really wanted to short the open last night. Right here against 300. I really wanted to short here and look for this trail back. Which it did. It came right back to where I wanted it to, 140s, 160s. And then we've pushed back up higher, but 300 to 350 is big resistance here. We're right at this spot. Look at the SPY on the daily. Right, sitting on. This could go either way. Yeah, could go either way here. Yeah, heavy level right there above our head on QQQ. What does that look like? Let's yeah, this area. Actually, let me draw a box up here. Yeah, that's the area that I'm most interested in. What does that look like over here on QQQ? Oh yeah, right there. What did I draw it at over here? 517s to 515s. What did I got here? Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I went a little bit higher though. Interesting, interesting. All right, well, what's everyone up to this morning? What platform am I using for the Restream? This is Restream is sending this out everywhere. Of course, live all over the place. X, YouTube, all the above. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, this is an interesting spot. I really don't know what to do here. Yeah, I don't really have like a good feel of what happens next. We do have a lot of things coming down the pipe this week as we pull back. If you are short, 200 was an area. This 215 to 200, maybe 190, basically where we've come down to so far. Under that, it's 140 to 160 is kind of the other main box area I'm watching. If we lose 144, I do think we come back down to previous day's highs, which on QQQ looks like this right here. Future is going to look a little bit different because of this, but if we have, let me go to 15 minute. Why is it? The music is loud. I hope that's not loud for you guys. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah, basically, if we lose this area, this 140, we'll just call it 140s. Lose 140s, we should see like down to 82 pretty quickly. Probably even further. Oh, all right. Well, we'll see what we get here. What's up, Gambling Bear? I see some of you guys sliding into the chat now. My friend Gambling Bear always here. You probably already got that. Daniel, you are 1,000% right here. I love what Daniel's saying right here. Don't have to do anything. Exactly. Which, when I'm sitting here on live stream, it's so tough not to want to take some type of trade. But, boy, you almost, it's like you want to do something, but a lot of times the better thing is exactly what Daniel's saying here. Don't have to do anything. Sometimes just watch price action, wait. So one of the things that I was kind of describing, and I talked about this on Spaces, this is kind of where this area right here, I was looking for it to kind of roll over and get our pullback. Well, we did that, right? We got what we wanted. So when we got up to here and started doing this, I really wanted it to pull back, which it finally did. And then I was adding back in on Thursday, Wednesday into Thursday. This is Thursday right here. This candle right here is Thursday. So we broke down, back test, continued down, gap down. We had some news, but we gapped down. But look, this is the 200-day right there, that red one. That's the 200-day. So that's basically full target. I closed out everything. Now I'm waiting on this to set back up for something else clearer. I just don't have that right now. Yeah, I don't have a super clear setup. The outside day, this is kind of interesting, just purely based on the fact that we gapped up on news on a holiday weekend with no volume. I just wonder. I mean, SPY 60% of the time is going to come back down. So that means 60% of the time you are going to come right back down to here. 581, 582-ish, 581.81. But I know I have support here. So do I want to fight that? So go off Thursday's high right there as well. I don't know. I think it's interesting. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I'm just gonna take it easy for a moment. Guess I can get rid of some of these lines here because that was just for Friday's session. But I am very interested in what happens next. Gonna let this morning. I mean, this could be a bear flag right now. I don't know, Gambling Bear, are you doing anything? I am not at the moment. Let's see, what does this look like? Nothing so far. I mean, we're only a little bit in. Got our first 15 minutes. Let's take a look at data. Oh, you cut a long scalp off 200. Yeah. Data-wise, we do have consumer confidence. Dallas Fed a little bit later. That's about it. CV consumer confidence, all we really have. Later in the day, we do have a couple Fed speakers. There was one going just a few moments ago. But Fed Williams later this afternoon. It's really the 2-year, maybe that's interesting. I don't think it's huge, but the way yields have been, maybe. Just keep that on your mind. Earnings. So this is what earnings looks like this week. I usually look at 10 billion plus. I guess we did have AutoZone this morning. I didn't even look. What did they do? Why am I getting logged out of everything? There we go. Now I'm back in. Okay. Oh, they missed on EPS. Interesting. I haven't even looked at AutoZone. That chart's just been insane. That's the only reason I was curious there. But NVIDIA tomorrow, massive one. Obviously, CRM will be a decent one. There's some other names in here people pay attention to. Dell and Costco on Thursday. I have a feeling after we digest some of the news this morning, we're probably going to slow down into tomorrow. Maybe you get some moves if you get any news, but without any further news headlines, this is probably where we're going to hang out. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, NVIDIA after the bell tomorrow. What time does that report? 4:20 estimated. 4:20 tomorrow. Okay. But there's your earnings for the week. What's up, Bob? Sneaking in here on me. I think you could probably get by with a little bear flag short here, but I'm not going to try it. We're right in the middle. Yeah, kind of as long as we're holding this 515 area on QQQ. $516-ish. Where's the Q at? Yeah, look, there's that 350 up there is, excuse me, probably the biggest area I have. Um, Javier, ¿qué onda, compa? What have you been doing? Where you been? Choppy off the open here, guys. Chop, chop, chop. Oh, you've been in school. There you go, Javier. That makes sense too. Well, wait, were you not in school and like a month ago when you were hanging out with me every day? No, welcome back. What have you been trading, Javier? I do want to kind of look around and see what else is going on in the market here. Tesla had a nice push up. Netflix back over 1,200. See, Amazon, this is the bullish outside day coming back to previous day high. Amazon's completing that. There you go, learning futures. I love it. I'm just chilling right now, guys. We'll see what sets up. I mean, we just got a little bit of a pop here. Look at all these 5-minute candles basically inside of the opening 5-minute candle. NQ popped up above a little bit. I still don't see anything to do here. The watch for a rejection is 300 area again. Previous day high on NQ. This looks different because previous day high. This is going back to the overnight on Friday, so that's maybe worth thinking about. Overnight highs, Friday's highs on the futures. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting spot we're in. Very interesting spot. Get this data in 3 minutes. I will say this, I looked at this data the other day. Let me go to the reports here. There is, if you guys aren't aware, if you're newer to Edgeful, there is earnings performance data on here. Oh, let me go to NVIDIA. Earnings performance, I clicked on the wrong one, there it is. So this is over the last 6 months. This is interesting because it has pushed up a little bit on earnings, but if we let me go back a little bit further, basically flat on earnings day. If you go back the last 2 years, pre-earnings moved down a little bit. It's usually kind of runs up and then people take some profit going into earnings. So yeah, kind of a nothing. Usually leading into earnings, it's selling off just based on recent times. We're getting a little poppy, a little popski here. All right, well, 30 seconds, we'll get this 30-minute orb set. Maybe we have something to go off of. I mean, if I go off of what's happened, news here, consolidate, push higher, back test and hold, push higher, back test and hold. Yeah, okay, let's see what this consumer confidence. 98, wow. 98 versus 86. How can consumer confidence be at 98? That's a very high number. That kind of changes my thoughts on shorting into the 300 here. That's wild. 98. I mean, look, the previous was 86 and the consensus was 87. We're at 98. I wonder if they took this survey like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whenever the China news came out. Yeah, Camling Bear. I mean, that's very possible, right? Appreciate you, Javier. Always tuning in, my man. Yeah, I don't really have anything to do right here. You held where you needed to hold. The gap fill is not great odds. This is about 50-50 on QQQ. It's about 60-40 to get down to here on SPY. SPY a little bit weaker. What's Tesla doing? Look at Tesla. Whoa. Oh, Tesla got over. That's a bull flag breakout on Tesla. Broadcom, that looks good. I mean, look at this consolidation here, here. Broadcom looks like it's ready to explode. At least I got some of this boy, some of these charts are really setting up for a move upward. Like, I can't ignore some of that. Look, I mean, almost all of these charts have like bull flag setups. Microsoft just can't slow down, but it can't. It's not going higher. It's not pulling back. Netflix is just a beast. This is kind of flaggy as well. I already did Meta. Where's Broadcom? I mean, this is like this right here. Yeah. Amazon, so it's deeper, but it's breaking out of this kind of falling wedge up here. Apple, you don't get to say the same thing about, but Apple, this is just under 200. I think this is a very interesting spot. Dipped a little bit lower on that news the other day than I thought it would, but I thought this area would probably hold. Overnight range breakout. Here we go. Look at a couple things here. At 588 is a big spot. Evely. Good to see you again, hanging out with us. Are you long? Are you long, the nasty Naz? That was an interesting day right after. I just have such a heavy level on NQ 300s. So like this 350s, 340, 350, even up to 360s. All this action. This is a very, very interesting area because look, all this back here. So here you had resistance, turn to support, reclaim here, held, and then resistance. This is a very interesting spot right there. 300 to 360, 370 even. ES is lagging hard this morning. I mean, look. I kind of like that long enough for 200. Gambling Bear took the scalp as well. I mean, yeah, you came down to 200 190s and you held, which I had an area there, and you immediately closed back over the previous day high up here. I mean, if anything, I'd watch for test and failure, like a liquidity sweep up here. If it like shoots up here to 360, 370 and rejects and doesn't hold, probably 330s. That's what I'd be looking for. But this is an overextended move right now. Oh, we did have good news over the weekend. Am I on Edgeful Discord? I am. I'm not live in there. I don't stream in the Edgeful Discord, but my good friend James Bruce does all the time. He's an absolute unit. That guy. I'm in the Discord though. If that makes sense. Like if you ever have any questions or thoughts or comments, you can always tag me in there. Boy, it's just going higher. Five-day AM. $160s is where the daily 9. That's what I watch the most. My handle, it's the same. Input Allora Maximiliano. I think it's all spelled out in Discord. You start typing in EMP Imp, Emperor, Emperador. You'll find, you should find me in there. All right, we got about 20 minutes till we get that first hour worth of data. That's probably the strongest thing I'll be looking for. Right now, we have an opening candle that basically swept liquidity and bought up. And look, we're pre-market highs here. Right at pre-market highs. I didn't even say hey to Chad. What's up, Chad? Several of my friends coming back in. Good to see you guys. Well, come hang out with me more often. I know I had to do this on a Tuesday, usually Monday and Friday, but there's 8 green candles in a row right now. We should get a red candle very soon. If you're looking to get long, you need that red candle if you're looking to take profit. Oh, and consecutive bars. Where's consecutive bars? That one runs 15, but on this, our average green bars in a row is 6, and our max is 12. That's on QQQ. And we are at how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're getting above the average here. That's what I start to look for. All right, just took the highs. What do I have up there? 380s? 5,900 up here on ES. What's dragging our ES down so far? Energy's flat. Yeah, energy. Bank's not really participating. This is like all tech, really. This consumer discretionary has a lot of Tesla and Amazon in it. Communications is up. Okay, SMH. Yeah, we took overnight highs, but ES is live with major divergence on ES right now. This is what I'm looking at, is how many green candles in a row do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on SPY. What is SPY's record on the 5-minute? It's the same, 6 and 12. Now, if we get to like a couple more of these, I'll definitely have to honestly, I'd rather have like another candle or two push. A little bit of a shooting star there. There's a red candle on ES at least. NVIDIA, not there yet. You could make the argument both ways. You could say, okay, well, there's a chance that we catch up, or there's a chance that, hey, this one's not participating. Costco coming down. Just kind of flipping through to see if I can find anything with confluence here to try a short. This is the area on NQ. I mean on ES. I don't have anything. I can't do anything with this right here. Great long though. Fantastic long. Let me get back to the 15-minute. And we do have an IB low formed first and high formed second. If you do get a pullback, 320s, 325, maybe you can try the long. We're just still ripping. All right, let's see. I'll think about it up into this area. Let's see if it just shoots up. Yes, against 5,900. About ready to try short. 370, 380s. I think I'm going to try it. I haven't entered yet. Wait another minute and a half or so, but I'm 5,900 ES right here. Come on, just go ahead and squeeze up a little bit higher. I really want to take a starter in the 70s here. Oh, NVIDIA just broke high though. It's counter trend. Patience, patience, patience. Come on, give me one. Do I take the starter here? Give me one more push and I'll like it better. book map, there's really not much until like 400s. I think they're buying into this stuff. And we haven't rejected here just yet. This is 8. We're on the 8th green candle. Maybe 420s. Where's that box that drew on QQQ? Yeah, see, it's like right here. That box on QQQ. 520 is the other spot. I know 520 has a psychological level. Come on, we need a little bit higher push here. Come on, just shoot up a little bit higher. What I think we can do is shoot up a little bit higher and then come back down to 330s, 340 with a 50-point trade idea. Not in it yet. This is the trade I'm looking at here, back to like here. I don't know where I want to put my stop though. I'd almost have to go a tight risk. This is a pretty big move. This is almost 200 points off the list. It's 7 minutes until that first hour closes, and we'll have a lot of data to go off of at least. But I don't know, guys. Nothing. Don't come down now. So I'm keeping a close eye on this right here. Right here, this area. And of course, we get our red candle there. The other thing would be to get long down here. Maybe we took out Thursday and Friday's highs. Yeah, I mean, this is an area. I really don't have a whole lot to go off of here. The fact that we took out this high from Thursday, and even any of Friday's highs, whatever you want to call it, I don't know if I can short this with a clear conscience. All right, I guess I could try it right here at my level. Where does that put us on this? 35s. All right, little scalpy counter trend here, just for the overextension. There's the analysis on QQQ that I'm looking. Come back down here. See if we can make a little bit of money here. I need to switch this. I don't want to risk that much. Let's see if we can get to like 3. What was our overnight high? 360 first trend, 20 points. What's my average is 79 right there. All right, this is the idea for now. All right, let's see if we get some money here. Wow, how about that level I drew on my chart there? Boom. Kind of like that 5-minute candle there. There's our first hour I would rather it come back down to here first, and then you have the long setup, or just go ahead and wick the high. So I'm not going to put my stop right at the high. We know that IB is going to break somewhere. If it wants to get it over with now, actually, I feel a lot better about the short. Let's see. Honestly, it'd be better if we pull back now and don't break the IBI, right? Because then that gives us the statistic to get long this area and go break it. Bullish, bullish. We do have a breakout. Do we have a back test of 30-minute orb? We don't really. No. Not really. Especially over here on ES. Just broken went. There it is. Just wicked above, at least on M and Q. There's the wick over. Should I stop out at 92 and get back in? The video's still strong. I think this may lag up one more time before we get our short. I don't know, if we just get down to 360, I'll go ahead and take a trim. De-risk. Spy's at the 588, isn't it? I called out 588 on Spy earlier. I like it. I'm staying shorter. There we go. That's it right there. If you're new here, this is the big report that I watch every single morning. When the low is formed first, you break the high 80% of the time. That's SPY, QQQ, '82. Which we did complete that already. We already broke the high, so the retracement's what I'm looking for next. So we should come back to the 25% mark, which is here. Thank you. 336. I want to see 336 on NQ. a little too strong right now. A little bottom trend still holding. Probably going to push up one more time. We'll see. We need a rejection on NQ right here. Surely after 200 points up, it can pull back like 30, 40, right? Give us a little bit of money. Come on. Come on. Get under right here. Get back to 360. That overnight high back test right here. Right here. Come right here. There it is. All right. 20-point gain. I just took my first trim to de-risk. Where are we at, chat? The next trim I'll take at 50. This needs to get back under here. But if it gets back to it, we at least get trim 2. We can de-risk. What I'm looking at is the IV by retracement. We have 62% odds that we're going to come back after breaking out. You come back to that 25%. So we broke over. We should come back to here. This one right here. And then the odds get worse down here, but that's the idea. They are buying this up a little bit here off of overnight high, which doesn't surprise me. I knew it was counter trend, so locked in a little bit of profit. Essentially, if I get stopped out, it's slightly red trade based on trims. But you de-risk and you get to sit in it at a good entry here. Anybody take that with me? Or are we just you guys hanging out? I know some of you guys are long, probably just comfortably sitting in runners. I don't blame you. Remember, right at the beginning of the stream, I drew this box. Look at that. Drew this box on QQQ. The beginning of the stream. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Get any better than that? Now, this could look way different later, but at least for the initial rejection point on an overextension. They are fighting this thing right now. Did ES take the high? Did not. Oh, that doesn't make me as excited. A lot of times I see one play out and the other one takes a while to play out. We saw that on Friday. One of them, ES played out. We pulled back pretty decently. And then then we played out on QQQ and NQ. But I don't like this buy action right now. Closed it green. So right here in the 350s, if that can get tagged, I'll get next trim. May have to push that up a little bit to avoid that EMA 9. We had touched it in almost an hour. That's a pretty strong trendy thing that I'm fighting against right now because this kind of reset at this point. Probably going to push over. This looks strong. It may have been the little dip by overnight highs. You see right here. Yeah. Immediate buy up there. Well, still like where we're at here. I don't want to come back down here. I don't know if this thing's going to pull back any further. Hope it does. But that 330s that we're looking at is going to line up pretty well here with the 21. If we continue to reject this area, no, it probably goes up into 400 and then oh, tough call here. I'm just sitting in it. Do you like the odds that we come back? Have it, no retracement on the orb because I haven't back tested it yet. That keeps me thinking that we probably do get a back test of that at some point today. We should get this pull down here. IB by retracement. This is what I'm looking for right here. This one. Right there. Right there. This is the target. Rejecting the level I want it to. I'm glad I didn't get sucked in and sit 30, 40 points in drawdown. Waited. Patience. Patience always. Gambling Bears. I don't hate this. I do have this level right here. Right at the same kind of this zone. Come on, give us a red candle. 30 seconds left on this 15 minute. Still haven't taken the highs on ES. I have to trim again here at 60. Get out half. No, I think I'll just stick to it for now. It could get bought up off this 9. I'll just keep the. All right, ES taking the high. Well, not quite. Spy will just wick the high. We'll be okay. That looks like it's going to rip. There it is. Okay, so that played out. Now, if we can reject here, I may add with a tight stop here. Yeah. Added those trims back. What's up, Ramiro? Garcia? Come on, Les. What's up? Welcome to the family. Make sure you join the Edgeful Discord as well. Um, Follow the Edgeful account on X. You'll get a lot of like examples and alpha, what people are doing. I don't have any strong confluence here other than I'm looking for the data to play back out a little bit. Awesome. Awesome. Glad you're here. Right now, I mean, I'm looking at the IB report. I mean, everything's bullish, but I'm looking for the pullback just based off the IB by retracement. It's this one right here. This is over on the what's in play. If you haven't tried out what's in play, you get all these kind of different metrics and stuff that you can look at together. I mean, everything in the world's bullish today. So I know I'm counter trend trading, so I have small targets. We are still pushing here though. We take the highs. Yeah, I think this is gonna go take me out. But I still have the same thesis that we play this out. It just may have to go first. Yeah, it was stopped. Yes, probably gonna take this high. All right, I got stopped, but I'm gonna jump right back in this. I'm over on my other screen here. I'm jumping right back in. That wick got me, but on it got me on MNQ, but I didn't get there on QQQ or on NQ. Yeah. All right, same thesis here, just protecting my risk a little bit. All right, right back in. Actually, I got in at a better price this time. First trim there, 22 points, and we're looking for this. That was an unfortunate wick out. All right, let's see what we get here. The orders on Bookmap are at 400. There's a decent amount at 914-ish on ES. Nothing that really just stands out to me. Check my Dom over here. There's a big order on this Dom somewhere, but I can't see where it's at. Yeah, Ramiro, I'm live. Usually it's every Monday, Friday, but I guess the market was closed, so I moved Monday to today. But Monday, Friday is the kind of consistent schedule I've built right now. It's still pushing. May have to take this high. No, finding a pretty strong trend move right now. This is starting to look flaggy rather than toppy, so probably has another leg up. Gambling Bear's probably gonna get paid, but we'll see. I got some risk here. I can try it again. If we do go higher, I will try it again because I know that statistic is strong. It may just take longer for us to come back down. We are stuck here on QQQ. A little shooting star on the video maybe helps us. What is ripping? Is anything still ripping on tech? CrowdStrike new high. Well, we're still alive. These upward wicks are somewhat promising. Yeah, here's the this is the right approach with Edgeful. There's a lot of things you can get into on my YouTube channel. If you just search my name in YouTube, I've got some educational videos over there as well. You can go check those out. I can tell you all about some of my favorite reports. I really let's trade these out. Really need to trim 65 now. Right on that EMA 9. 65 and 60 trim. The rest of the market's catching up to tech now. I don't know if this thing's gonna really roll over today. Maybe later in the day. That's just pulling back. We'll see where I like the spot we're trying. That was an unfortunate wick out. NQ wicked the high or wicked my stop. I'm sorry, M and Q wicked quick to my stop, but it didn't even come on back down here and there. I just got to trim. Okay. All right. We're back green on the day. We're hitting the nine. I'm moving my stop down. I can stay green on the day. Just because I know I'm counter trend trading, if this pops back in my face, I don't want to deal with it. It's 20 points. If we get to the 50s, we'll get another trim. This is what I'm looking for right here. 60% odds. I like those. Especially this big ripper. Even if it does this, that's fine. I'm looking to capture this because of the high probability. And if it holds right here, then we'll have to try it again later. If I get stopped out of this trade, I'm going to be break even on the day, and I'm going to lot to do nothing. I'm going to get under the 60. Let's get down to 50. All right, I'm going to try again here at 350. That's the candle I wanted to see. Here's the main target we want, guys. Let's make some money. That wick out was so unfortunate. The 15-minute looks pretty good here. This is a bearish engulf. Once again, here's what I'm looking for. The 25% level of the ID right here. Right here. Just remember, we're fighting overnight highs right here. This is the only caveat on this. So I had to trim and de-risk. Also, just the 9 EMA right here on SPY and ES. All right, selling pressure coming in quick. That's good. No ads. Not going to change my risk here. Really need to see 60s to 70s reject. I really don't want to see back over 75 because this right here over here on yes, this is concerning because you broke over this area and then you held a trend, a fast moving EMA trend. I'm on the fence of taking another trim here just to lock in some profit on a counter trend trade. That's where it needs to reject. Come on, reject for us. Cool off. Spy's got to cool off. IWM just made a new high. I mean, ES has the same statistic that we should get back to here, 98. I don't know, this music's hitting for me right now, though. I'm just vibing. 55%. Not as strong, but still more times than not. Because you flip your coin enough times. Come back to here. Come on, NQ. Right here. I do like that this candle was engulfed bearish by this candle. I'm hearing Intel had some news. I'm not. Am I squawker shut off or something? Got bought up quick, but some kind of news there. Is anything else moving? I like this music. To me, this is chill. Rhythm. Netflix, one of my favorite leading indicators. Red candles across the board. Close back above the 9. Not my favorite look here. We need this to immediately come down and not hold. $400. There's a ton of sellers at 400 on the book map. We try some different music for my man. What are we doing? Hold on. This could be a slow play out here. I like the area on the chart though. Look at the daily. I like this area on SPY for rejection. Could even go a little bit higher, honestly, for rejection. 589, but I like 588. QQQ right there, 519s. Where's that? Yeah, that box I drew this morning is right there. SPY's gotta get back under 588. The dump song. Oh, we need some like some heavy metal or some Metallica or something. Or what's your favorite dump song? Let me know. What's your favorite downside movement song? I don't like the look of this 5 minute, by the way. I'm about to move down my stuff and get out. We'll give it a little bit more time. 15 minutes still fine for me. SPY is not as good looking. It's just it needs to reject here though. Stan, thanks for the kind words. I mean, I try to on these streams. I try to explain as much as I can, and if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them as much as I can here on stream. I'm also on Spaces all the time. I'm also on I'm on Discord all day, every day. So there's a few places you can find me. If you go to my profile on X, you can find all those. You know, every time I'm in a space, I'll tell you where I'm speaking in a space. I'm also behind the Wolf Financial account 90% of the time, so you can find most of those as well. Tesla's pushing. Is it? Don't get me excited like that, gambling bear. That is a good looking candle though. Or base and break. Yeah, Tesla looks good. Boeing is pulling back. Tesla looks good though. Nothing else is really. Broadcom picked it back up, got back over EMAs and VWAP. Google doesn't look great. Amazon's fine where it's at. It's not doing anything. Apple's pushing towards the high. Meta, Microsoft, nothing to talk about. I'm not seeing anything. I had a feeling today would be a slow day ahead of NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. I mean, you had the big move up on a news headline, and I don't know how much follow through you're going to get up here. If it pulls back, then I think you get more follow. I mean, I guess we got follow through if you want to be fair. I mean, this back test and follow through. I mean, this is follow through. It's holding that EMA 9 perfectly. Here as well. Look at this. EMA 9. Right there. Boom. Yeah, that 15-minute looks good. I mean, this looks good on Tesla. This is your 30-minute orb high, back break and base push. That looks good, actually. I mean, I agree with you. But when you said pushing, I thought it was like making a new high. All the sellers, there's a massive amount of sellers at 400 in Q. So like I'm really thinking I'm probably just gonna get stopped here. That's what I'm gonna risk now to 88. If it goes and takes that high, I think we're going higher. It's probably gonna take me out here. This looks like it's gonna push. 400. I'm gonna watch for 400 short. Same thesis doesn't change. I'm just managing risk here. Maybe they go stop some people out that were over aggressive, and then it goes back down. I'm just sitting in it. All right, they're starting to slap it. Where's these orders at? They're gotta be up here. I don't blame you for keeping it tight on a day like today at all. Honestly, I should probably just take my profit. VIX trying to bounce off that low. IWM new high. SPY staying above 588. I can't argue with that either. If you're looking at that breaking base argument. SPX 5900. That's a big level. So that's further confidence for me if we get up into this that we liquidity sweep up here and then do something like that. 5,900. Yeah, there's some orders in the US, not a ton. Bonds are doing well. Dollar's pushing. Yeah, these days after the holiday are always weird days. Not a day to like take home run shots at anything. I mean, you could argue that there's no days you should take home run shots, but even if you have like a solid setup on a day like today, it's tough because you had a weird. I mean, the futures were open, but the market wasn't. And a lot of things trying to settle something out. Chop makes sense. Slow price action makes sense. Everything that I have though is still bullish. So like, there's tech because this is what I trade the most. The gap should not fill based on the size of the gap is huge. Let me go to detailed view. We'll just go by this one. So based on the gap size, 100% of the time it is not filled. So we don't want to look for gap fill downside today. We're pushing back higher. 30-minute orb breakouts the most common, double break second most common. We've already have this one. Only a 33% chance we go break the low now with that 30-minute orb. We've had zero retracement of that, by the way. IB has broken to the upside. Wow, look, no break is down to 0 on QQQ. This is on Tuesdays, but double break 6.6%. We're not looking for. That's why I'm saying it's counter trend. This one already played back. This played out already. Got the break to the upside. This is the one I'm looking for. 25% retracement of the initial balance. Opening candle continuation. This is that first hour was green, so 81% chance we have a green day. We close above the open. Previous day's range. This one's kind of weird, but we are way above. We haven't even back tested. I could still see that as a possibility, but that's a low possibility now because right here, that would mean we double break. That would be a wild. That would take some kind of news catalyst. That would be outside of the norm at this point to come do this. I got about 10-15 minutes left on the stream. Javier, what are you long? I don't like the look of this candle. But we're still under the level, so just keep moving this over. Said I could take my slight green day, but it's not about having a green or red day. It's about trying to make money. So part of me wants to just lock in this small profit. Part of me wants to say, we'll just leave the risk there. It's either I go back to break even on the day or I make money. So I'm going to move up my next trim to 350 again because that's where this is sitting. And I'm still looking for 336. That's what I want. 336 right here. But price action's telling me something different. We're holding everything, pushing up. We're above IB high here. I mean, I just can't. The reason why I've thought about just going ahead and taking the profit is because then I can use that as a bigger buffer if I short 400. Yeah, there we go. It's going to take me out. Oh, I just got stopped out on MNQ again. All right, well, I got stopped out. I'm slightly green on the day. Well, I mean, yeah, people say that. The reason I say that is like I don't care about the green or red day a whole lot, but what I do care about is if I've got, if I can take a couple $100 profit, and then risk that on a better trade. So instead of like if I normally risk, $200, $300, $400, $500 on a trade, if I can risk, if I can find a way to get a couple $100 under my belt and then risk more. I don't know if does that make sense? What I'm trying to say. That's my point is like, basically I just if I can build like a little bit of buffer, to risk. Cause like if my normal trade, if I'm risking a certain amount of points or dollar amount, whatever it is. I mean, I do think you have to know the size of your account, how much you're willing to lose. So like the P&L does make sense, but like right here, if I can scalp and get a couple $100, even though it's a counter trend trade, but I have a better trade set up later, it's on the fence because like I know some people will say like risk the same every single trade. I don't know. There's higher quality setups where I'll risk more than others. Like I mean, just sizing wise. But if I can take the same size as normal, but I can risk a little, give it a little bit more room. I could probably just get right back in the same trade. It's rejecting the same level. But I'm gonna wait. I'm about to run out of time on my stream this morning. Yeah, everyone approaches it differently though. Like I think that is an important like thing to think about. I mean, obviously, I should just get right back in the same trade here. See, this is where I can't do that. What if I just do that? That's right here. Look like this right here. It's not bad risk reward. Let me see what I do here. Um, I'm really considering just trying that trade again right here. Or I could just eat some lunch and wait. What happened to my music? I'm just gonna sit out of it. I don't know, I could do a tight risk reward here, but it looks bullish. Wow, that music came in loud on me. Yeah. Is anything going on? Yeah, let's see if it goes up to 400. See, here's the other thing. Do I want to take an entry above what we were rejecting earlier? Remember that SPX level, 5,900. That's a very big, actually, 5,905, honestly. So what's that like? We'll call it 9 points higher. Where's ES? 5,920 ES. Yeah. 400. The 400 orders are gone on EQ. They're not 405. There's not near as many orders. All right, few minutes left. Let's see. I'm glad I see out of this. Let's see if it pops up here and rejects. So I'm watching this SPX level. This SPX level is right up here. It's 05. It's 5,900 to 05. Right there, right here. Right here. And it's 400 to 405 basically. Could overshoot. Wish it would just go ahead and pop, because then I'll try it. That's nice though, Gambling Bear. 20-point trade. You were in at 370s. Hopefully you have orders in. I mean, I think it's gonna pop for you. I think you're gonna get 400. I don't see any, like, Nvidia's not participating, and I don't think it's going to, which makes me think the market's gonna stay flat. Apple is pushing towards pre-market high. Amazon went over highs. Google, none of these other ones are really doing anything right now. Tesla rejected again. I do think Tesla gets to 360 at some point in the near future. That's the next key level I have, over 350. All right, I'm probably gonna get into this trade. Wow, 450 just got added like crazy though. Mark 450 on your charts. 450, a ton of. I think all those orders at 400 got sent to 450, so keep that on your chart. There's SPX right there, right at the 400. Let's see if we get a little wick up. I think I'm going to start trying to scale into short here based on SPX right here. Yeah, I took a starter. All right, this one I'm gonna risk. I got in 97. This one I'm gonna risk a little bit more, and I'm looking for at least this. Yeah, there's a 2-to-1. That'll be my main trade there. So that's still going back to my original thesis here, or my original thing. We still have it. We still have a 60% chance to get back to this level today. So that's the main thing I'm looking for. Right there, 336 and change. But that's what I'm gonna do. That's my time for the day. What's up, Eric? Appreciate that. I'm assuming that says beard and not bread, but hey, whatever. Either way, I'll take it. I've got some bread over here too. Got a little sandwich waiting on me. Nice trade, Gambling Bear. I did get short here though. All right, that's it for me, guys. I do, the main thing that I'm going to be watching for is this IB by retracement. Where's it at? Right here. At some point today, we should go back and see the 25% level. What does that look like on NQ? Yeah, look, 67% odds. So on NQ, we have 67, 2/3 odds that we're gonna get back to here. So light shorts up in this area, looking for this to fall back down here at some point today. And that's my plan for the rest of the day. Yeah. Big shout out to Edgeful, of course. Make sure you check out all the stuff. If you guys want a link, that's my trade idea for the day. I'll drop a link in the. I don't know which one you guys are watching on. There's YouTube. Where's. There we go. 7 days free if you haven't tried Edgeful, right there in the chat. Yeah, that's it. I don't know, guys. Let's play it safe today. That's my goal. I mean, it helps helps if you caught some of the move on Sunday night to the upside. But I'm not going to push my luck on a day like today. I mean, you've got kind of different forces acting on each other, but this is my main trade idea is this right here. We'll just see if we can come back down. So that's where I'm at. And Friday, I'm back right here. Same place, same time. Spaces, I'm always there. Discord, I'm always there. And then these streams, today's Tuesday. We'll do Friday. And then we'll back to Monday, Friday schedule next week. And of course, Spaces tomorrow morning on Wolf Financial, Wolf Trading, actually, Wolf Trading hosting. I'll be there on the Wolf Financial account. Andre from Edgeful, CEO, he'll be on. We'll talk through everything. Of course, you got all of our live traders with the different systems and stuff. It's interesting how many of my live trading buddies on Spaces are starting to use Edgeful as well. I think they're, I'm bringing them over to the, I want to call it the dark side, the good side. Bringing them over. I'm showing them the light, and they're starting to like it. So, all right, guys. Topher sneaking in here, bro. I saw it. Yeah, sneaking in here. Say hello next time. There he is, Topher. Appreciate everyone. All right, guys. That's it for me. We'll see you guys on Friday right here. We'll see you guys all around everywhere else, of course. Live trading, all of that. Let's see if this plays out. I like this. I like these odds. That at some point today, maybe later this afternoon, I'm going to keep playing for this 67% chance that we get back to the IB 25% retracement level. All right, guys, I'm going to make a post on this too, so we'll see where it's at. All right, later, everyone.